What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. I'm here on the Pooping Evolved server. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, you can subscribe because there's lots more ARK content. Today, we're going to have a prehistoric monster truck rally. You remember those commercials? Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Those? Yeah. We're going to basically reenact that, but prehistoric with dinos. All right. So anyways, let me show you all of these ARGYs and stuff, because I briefly want to explain why I have all this stuff, because I'm sure some of you are like, why do you have so many ARGYs? So this was the Anklo that I had a while ago, and I tamed it. I never ended up using it, and I just don't need it. And then all these extra ARGYs, I've already... use them for breeding and stuff, and the whole point of the ARGYs was to get the colors that I wanted, because I'm trying to get an all-black ARGY, an all-red ARGY, and then there's another one that I'm probably going to make that has, like, black, white, and gray, and just looks kind of neat. So, like, for this one here, so these two, like, this has the talons I want, but it also has yellow kind of tips on the wings. So what I need to do is I need to breed it with this one. So hopefully the baby will have the white talons, but it won't have the yellow tips. And I've been doing that a lot as well. So I have the cats now. I've got all black cats. So I have one male and one female. And then I also have these ARGYs over here. So this one is almost all red, but it's got a little bit of black and some of the yellow. And then these are all black with a little bit of red. So these look pretty cool here, but I'm still trying to get like the all black and the all red. And then this one is a little bit mixed here. So like I need to take the black from the face here and breed it with this one, so that way I get an ARGY that has all black body, but it'll still have the wrong color talons. But I can find another ARGY to do that. So that's what I've been doing with all these. And these are no longer needed, so all of these dinos are basically just kind of taking up space and dropping the frame rate and everything over here. So I'm going to get rid of them monster truck style with the T-Rex. I got to steer this thing over here. All right, there we go. All right, so they've all been unclaimed. They've all been unclaimed, and we're now going to monster truck, prehistoric monster truck, right through all of these dinos. Alright, ready? Here we go. And go! Chomp! Chomp! Oh no! He's getting away! You can't escape! No! Man, these things are a lot tougher than I thought. I need to increase the damage. There we go, we killed the saber-tooth. You guys are all spread out. Okay. Round two. Round two. There we go. Man, the Anklo has got a lot of health. I need to... Alright, we're going to take intermission. And I'm going to increase the melee damage. Alright, there we go. Alright, Anklo's gone. And we're going to clean up. Oh, another level. Sweet. Another level. Alright, intermission part 2. Alright. There we go. And all done. Oh, so I actually got 3 levels from that. That's pretty good. So, in case you're wondering, yes, you can get experience from killing the unclaimed. And really, if you have a whole bunch of dinos at your base that you just don't need anymore, you can just set them all to passive and unclaim them, and then you can kill them with whatever you want to get a bunch of like free experience that's like fairly high level experience as well. So if I really wanted to, I could have used like the Quetzal. It would have taken a really long time. But if you need to level up stuff that normally can't do damage, so like maybe a Pterodon or a Quetzal or, something else that is difficult to kill things with at the beginning, you can use this little method in order to level up those dinos. So I just got 3 levels on the T-Rex and a whole bunch of meat and prime meat and stuff too. So look at that. It's pretty good. Not too bad. All right. Enough with the killing. All right. I do actually have the materials to finish this now. So let me grab all this stuff here. So get rid of this here, and I'm going to. Oh yeah, I went looking for. Oh yeah, that's right. I went looking for stuff at the sea crates. Right. Look what I found. The first sea crate that I opened, I found a Mastercraft Quetzalcoatl. Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. I'm actually going to put that in there. Going to grab that. And I've got these. And let's grab that. And the ceiling pieces. And the pillars. And the door. Okay. I think that's good. Let me get rid of this stuff, because I don't need it in my inventory right now. It's just taking up space. Alright. So first up, let's replace this floor right here. So I am going to go with the design that's going to have a little bit of metal right here, and there's going to be a little bit of metal right here, and then all the inside is going to be glass. All right, so let's start replacing here. It's actually a little difficult because you can't really see the outline because the glass is like smaller than the metal. Go. And then let's put that one right there, and that one right there. Alright, it's going to take a second for all that metal to clear. So let me get rid of all this stuff. And look at that. That looks pretty cool. I like that. That looks cool. I like that a lot. And I also went and put some lights and stuff down here too. So I've got lights here. And I put a light over here, so at nighttime, looking down here looks really cool. And also, I put in the little junction boxes. I really like how they look, like how it's kind of like in the floor, like sticking out a little bit. That actually looks really cool. I like that a lot. Look at that. That is neat. That is pretty cool. And then I've got the other one in here too. And when you look at this place from like the shore at nighttime, and like you can see up through the glass and you can see the light in here, it looks really cool. Looks really cool. And I also replaced all of the floor and everything, a lot of the walls with the metal and everything like that. So I do need to actually replace this door too. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna replace this. Bam. And oh, that's interesting. You can you can have a wooden door on the metal door frame. I did not know you could do that. It doesn't seem very it does not seem very secure at all. But all right, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, and I've got the ramp too, right? Did I take the ramp? Where's the ramp? I didn't take the ramp. Okay, whatever. I didn't take the ramp. All right, let me start replacing this stuff down here too, because there's a little bit of a gap right here. So I actually need to place a bunch of metal in order to make this kind of look proper. So I can't fill in the hole right there. So I have to actually place it down one. So let me try to. There we go. We're gonna put that there, and then I need to actually try to replace the thatch right there. So that way it doesn't look silly. Doesn't that look cool? Look at that. Let me get a better angle over here. Look at that. That looks pretty awesome. Now there is a little bit of like glare on the outside walls, only because I haven't painted them yet. But that just looks cool. That looks really nice. I like that. I replaced the ramp, so now got this cool metal door right here with the ramp going outside. And I also fixed this right here. So I got metal down on the floor right there, and then I put metal on the sides and at the angles as well, like the diagonals. So that way, no matter where you're looking at it from, like you can't see the thatch or the ground was the goal. So, and then I put up the railing just so like the baby RGs and other stuff. Because every time I hatch an egg over here, like if I'm not paying attention, sometimes the babies will go into this little area. And then they can't get out because they're stuck because they're not tall enough. So I put up the fences to keep the babies out of this area. Maybe I'll put like a trophy pedestal or something in there later. I don't know, whatever. All right, so now I want to work on this. Now, most of my base is all meant to be like super, super efficient. From the vault system to the crafting system and the egg farm and everything else, it's all incredibly, incredibly efficient. But now I'm going to add something that has no purpose. It just looks really cool. And yeah, it's a total waste of metal. I don't care. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a whole bunch of these metal dino gateways here. And it is going to look really, really cool. And I know it's going to be a total waste of metal, but whatever. Don't care. All right, so there we go. So that is why the metal foundations are there, so that I can snap all of these things. So, ready? Here we go. So here's the first one. Is it properly lined up? Like, I want to make sure that it's snapped to the correct one. I think it is. You know, these things aren't really too expensive. I think they're only like 85 metal. So here's the first one. Bam! All right, and then we got another one. I'm gonna put this one right here. So you just gotta make sure that it's snapped to the correct one, because if you like move a little bit to the side, it'll turn or something like that. So we're gonna put this one right here. There we go. And now I gotta go and put all of the other ones in. So let me go do that. All done. Oh, it looks cool. It is a super waste of materials, but it still looks pretty darn cool. Let me check this out from the air. Hold on. Let me grab John Cena here, and let's look at this from over here. Oh, yeah, that looks awesome. I'm not even done with it either. I'm going to add more stuff to it. Maybe we'll put some other spikes or something around it. That looks cool. That just looks cool. Serves no purpose. It just looks pretty awesome. And I need to finish out the floor. And I was thinking about adding like an actual second floor to this as well. I don't know if I can actually place the gates on top of other gates. I probably should have checked that. I don't have any more, so I can't really check. I don't think you can, but maybe I can kind of work around putting like another floor in here. Ooh, actually, you know what? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This height is like just the right height for a floor over here. Ooh, I could do that. Well, I'll have to experiment with it. Also, look at this. Kind of interesting. You actually can move right through. Like, you can move right through the top of it. It doesn't actually have any collision. I am going to remove this, though. So we're going to demolish this ceiling. Oh, I just fell. Hold on. Let me go and remove the rest of that, because it's kind of, like, in the way here. So, metal ceiling. Yep. And let's remove this one, too. And I'll probably... Yeah, I should remove this one as well. Alright. There we go. There we go. Maybe, wonder if I should remove this one, too. Yeah, let's remove this one, too. Let's remove this, too. Okay. That looks pretty cool. That looks... John Cena, what are you doing? You just pushed me off. Stupid bird. That looks pretty cool. I like that. I definitely like that. And it's not even done yet, so hold on. I've got lots and lots of floor pieces. So let me go and replace a bunch of the floor here. Alright, I was looking at this, and it looks like one of them is in the wrong spot. It's this one right here. If you look, you can see that it's like further inward than all of the other ones are. And as a result, like the shape isn't exactly what it's supposed to be. So let me actually get down here and I can show you. So like, see how this looks like that? And then that one looks just like it. But this one is like a little messed up. And then that is also a little messed up. But then like all the rest are all fine. So I think that this is like a little bit too close in. And I think what the problem is I think it snapped to like this one and this one instead of this one and this one. So like I'll have to tear it down and then I'll replace it and see if I can fix it. I don't have the cementing paste to do it right now. It's not really a big deal. It's just something that I will have to fix a little bit later. Now, a couple other things that I wanted to do is I want to fix this here. So I'm going to put the metal right here. And I also went and added, let me get over here and I'm going to go K mode. And then I'm going to zoom out a bit. I added a pillar here so that I can build on top of here. So what I'm going to put here is just the railings. I was going to put the glass, but unfortunately it wouldn't really work. And the reason being is because all of this glass, like all of that right there, isn't on this floor. It's actually slightly, you know, under the floor. It's hard to explain. It's connected to the wall underneath it. So if I were to try to put a wall right here, it wouldn't match up. So that's why I'm going to put the railings instead. And they look, oops, they look perfectly fine. Oh, you know what though? I do want to actually expand this. Hold on. So I want to put this right here, and then I'm going to put another one right here, and then I'm actually going to bring this wall all the way around. And that's so that I can kind of close this little gap right here. So there's no way for me to actually close that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put kind of like a catwalk out on the back here, and this will kind of sort of fill it. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put a pillar right there in order to get that one there, which is fine. Oh no, I jumped too far. So down here I'll have to put a pillar on this corner, which will probably actually make it look pretty good, so I'm not really worried about that. And then I'm gonna have this, we're gonna take this one off right here, and I'm going to put another ceiling piece right here, and then I'm gonna put this like right here. Okay, and I don't have any more ceiling, but if I go down to the bottom floor now, you'll notice that like the gap is still there. You can still see it, but it's kind of like an illusion that the gap isn't there. And that's because the extra piece of the ceiling is kind of like extending out past the wall. So like you look, you see the gap is definitely still there. It's definitely still there. But that other ceiling piece is making it appear as if it is closed off. So that's the point of that. And poop. And I'm gonna put the rest of this right here. We're just gonna put railing all the way around to right there, and I'm gonna have to make more materials. I don't have any cementing paste, so I'm gonna have to go and get some more, but look at that. So that looks pretty cool. And then it's twice I did that. I'm glad there's very little platforming in this game. Oh, speaking of platforming, like you actually do have to do a little bit of platforming inside the lava cave, but I don't have to because I've got an ARGY in there. Let me show you the cave ARGY, the successful cave ARGY. So this is a new baby ARGY that I put in here, and it's all grown up, and I've actually taken it for a spin a couple of times. So we're gonna fly around the lava cave. So I don't have to try to walk around on those little precarious platforms and jump over the lava anymore. No, no, no. We are going in style. We're going in style. There are so many bats in here, by the way. Like, I've been trying to use the ARGY. Like, I've leveled it up a couple of times because it was level 241. Now it's 248. But, like, fighting the bats in here is so difficult because there's so many of them. They're, like, everywhere. Like, watch this. Let me... Ooh, item drop. So, see, look at this. Like, I don't have to try to jump across all these little platforms in order to get this item. All I have to do is bring the scorpion over here. Look at that. So much easier. So much easier. Actually, I don't even have to kill him. I can just pick him up. I can just drop him in the lava if I want. Ready? Boop. Bye. Let me get the rest of them. Ready? Boop. Oh, I wonder if I get XP for that. Let me see here. Hold on. Melee damage. What's it at? 362. I'm gonna try something. Let's see if I actually get experience for killing it when the lava actually kills it. So I need to pick up another one. So what is it at? It's at 362.5. So let's grab. There's a couple of dillos over there, but I don't want to aggro all the bats. Aggroing the bats is not good. You know, hold on. Let me just. Oh, God. This is, like, so precarious. Oh, sweet! An apprentice stone hatchet. I didn't even know you could get better than primitive. Like, the stone stuff? Like, I didn't even know you could get better than that. An apprentice stone hatchet. Oh, man. Oh, man. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let me grab one of these dillos. Hopefully I don't aggro the bats. I think I just did. Yep, I did. Okay, well, it's time to fight the bats. All right, so this is how you have to fight the bats with the ARGY, okay? It's kind of difficult because there's so many of them. Basically, what ends up happening is I have to do, like, these passes where I hit all of the bats at once. Okay, they're not like grouped up right now. But unfortunately, because I have a primitive saddle on the ARGY, like, I take so much damage. So watch this. Ready? You gotta, like, fly through and, like, hit them all. And then you gotta turn around and fly back through them. And then you just gotta keep doing this. I was doing this the other day. And, man, like, there's just so many. Like, every time you fly by them, my ARGY gets hit, like, 6, 7, 8 times or something. And more, depending on how many there are. And if there's high-level ones, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a real problem. These were all low-level, so we're okay with that. All right, let me see here. So I'm at 3. Oh, no, hold on. The XP is still going up. So we're at 404, XP not found. 404.9. 404.9. So I want to... Where... Okay, there it is. Alright, so what level is that? Oh, it's a level 80. Good. Okay, so here's the test here. We're going to test it out. 405. 405.1. Oh, it's healing. Okay, hold on. 405.1. I'm going to hit it once. And then I'm going to drop it in the lava. Hey, it hit me. 405.2. Once it dies by the lava, I want to see if the XP goes up. Is it still in there? I think it's still in there. Is it not? It's got to be dead. Alright, well, I guess I don't get XP for it. Oh, that kind of stinks. Oh, well. It's still an easy way to kill him. Alright, so let's see if there's anything else in here. So I don't see any items in there. So there's no item drops over there. Sometimes there's one, like, around here, I think. A lot of the times, it's better to just avoid all these bats, though. Like, seriously, there's, like, so many bats in here. There's, like, a bazillion bats. So that's the artifact right there. That's the artifact. That's the what is it? Artifact of the Massive or something? I think that's what that is. Sometimes there's an item drop right there. Don't mind me, I'm just killing a spider. And I haven't seen anything up here. Let's look. But see, look at this place. Like, this place is such a pain to try to maneuver around in. Like, having an ARGY in here just makes it so much easier. So much easier. Look at that. And I can just come around here again. Yeah, there's no more items. So it was just that one item. The Apprentice Stone Hatchet. That was it. Oh, that's a dead end. Let's turn around. Alright guys, so that is going to be about it for today. I need a lot more metal and a lot more cementing paste, but this place is coming along really nicely, and I've got this super sweet Apprentice Stone Hatchet to help me. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.